All right, class, let's come to attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir, let's bow. And let's get to our student creed. Set position. Student creed, sir. Line 1. I pledge to develop myself in a positive manner. Line 2. I pledge to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively. Line 3. I pledge to foster friendships and contribute to my community. And let's bow. All right, guys, we're gonna start off with some jump squats here. If you can't do a jump squat, you can always replace it with just a regular squat. We're gonna add in a 180 turn though. So instead of facing you the whole time, I'm gonna turn to the side here. I'm gonna sink down, touch the ground. I'm gonna jump up and I wanna turn 180 degrees, basically flip to the other side, and then squat there. I'm gonna be going back and forth. Again, if you can't do that, you can always step, squat, back, squat. You guys get the idea there, right? All right, so we're going for 45 seconds. On your marks, get set, and go. Make sure you get great posture here, just like we've talked about with all of our squats. Try to keep the head up, bend the knees. And of course, as always, remember to breathe as you do these. There we go. Looks like we're at about 20 seconds in. We've got about 25 seconds left. Again, try and touch the ground each time, everybody. Oh, we are getting closer. 15 last seconds. Oh, hopefully those legs are starting to burn a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Nice job, guys. Next up, we're going to be going for 1 minute, alternating between push-ups and sit-ups. We're going to do 5 push-ups, and we're going to follow it up with 5 sit-ups. So, again, just going back and forth. Let's go push-up position. As I have been for the last couple months here, I'm going to be doing one hand knuckle down. You do not have to do that, okay? But, again, about 1 minute here. Ready? Set, and go. Again, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after this next one, we're gonna be going back to push-ups. Remember, the main goal is to keep good technique. Not get through as many as I can, but make sure I'm keeping my back straight here. Excellent, and then I get back to my back, and again, making sure I have good technique. I want to make sure I'm using my abs and not using my arms or momentum to like swing myself like this. That doesn't work the muscle, so I'm not going to count that one. There's 5, let's keep going. And we have about 15 seconds left. 4, 5. 5 more seconds here. 3, 4, and 5. We'll break right there. All right, guys, our next warm-up here is gonna be a little Muay Thai combo. We're going jab, cross, rear leg, roundhouse kick. Jab, cross, rear leg, roundhouse kick. I've got my good friend Versus here. I'm gonna be doing the combo towards. If you've got a bag, go ahead and hit it too. If you're gonna go to the air, that's awesome. It gives you a good chance to work the technique and make sure you don't have anything that you have to hit to worry about, okay? So, again, about 45 seconds. You ready? And go. Jab, cross, and roundhouse kick. My goal right now, as a warm-up, is more make sure I'm keeping my body moving. I don't want to sacrifice technique. Oops, sorry, that was a shuffle rhyme. There we go. But, I'm blanking on what I just said. I don't want to sacrifice technique. I want to keep it sharp, but I'd rather keep my body moving the whole time. 3 more seconds. 1 more combo. And break. Our last warm-up here is going to be very similar to a wall sit, but you have no wall to sit on. We're going to be in a horse stance. You want to get nice and low, and since I'm at the back, I'm going to continue to use it. I'm going to be throwing punches to the weight master, and we're going to go 30 seconds, all right? If you don't have a bag, go to the air instead, right? Focus on making sure, just like I will be, on making sure your horse's stance is sharp and you're staying low. But you're not letting your legs extend to the point where it's no longer a workout, okay? So, 30 seconds. Nice little horse stance. Ready, set. One more second and go. Right, number one goal, I'm keeping low with my stance. But notice, I'm still trying to chamber my hands for each punch here, not trying to let that get sloppy. This will be easy to do. Keep up the work, keep those hands moving, keep those legs bent. 5 more seconds. Ooh, sorry, 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break. All right, everybody, so message of the week this week, and make sure that as we go through this that you're getting a little bit of stretching going on, all right? If you need a little bit extra afterwards, please feel free to pause and continue stretching. Just like the warm-ups this week, the message may be a little bit different if you're coming into in-person class. But today we're going to talk about balance over emotion. And we're talking about the need for self-control, right? And why is it important? If I've got good self-control in my day-to-day actions, that's going to lead to a better overall life. Whereas if I don't have good control over my actions and my decisions, well, that's going to lead to a lot of long-term negative things to happen to me, right? So a little bit of a worse life. So I want to share a quick quote with you guys. A nice old quote here is, focus on your balance, or focus on your upset, lose your balance. Focus on your balance, lose your upset. And the idea is that when we're really upset, when we let the emotions take over most of our mind, it's going to be really hard for us to balance. And you can test that. Next time, if you're feeling angry and you try and balance on one foot, you're going to find it incredibly challenging. So and of course the reverse is true. If you really focus on your balance, it's hard to continue to be upset. So try it out the next time you're feeling kind of angry, right? Kind of upset. If you want to make sure that that emotion isn't dictating what you do or what you say to the people around you, try to focus on your balance, right? If person in front of you at the grocery store is taking an hour to write their check out, then take the time, instead of trying to let that anger upset you, try to take that time to start to focus on your balance. Pick one leg up, try and go a little bit higher, and focus on making sure that you keep your balance, and it'll help get rid of that emotion of you being upset. So again, balance over emotion is our message of the week. Do what you can to make sure that you have a great balance, you focus on your balance, and it'll help you make sure that you lose the upset. So again, balance over emotion. Let's jump into our kicks next. All right, guys, we got tip testing this week, right? We worked on our turn back kick last week, so let's get a quick review of it. Let's practice a little bit and make sure we're ready for our tip videos this week. Let's jump right into this, all right? Go ahead and do this review with me. Let's say that I was kicking towards this wall right behind me. If I wanted to kick with my right leg, I'm going to put my right leg away from that wall. So if you're kicking towards me, towards the screen, then make sure that your right leg, again, if you're kicking with it, is farther away. All right? So there's my target. Here's my kicking leg. It's farther away. I'm going to turn to my right side and continue to look until I see my target again. And a really important part of my legs here is, if you notice, they're not crossed over. If I started in too much of a Muay Thai stance and then I turn, look at this. They're crossed over. In order to get this leg back behind me, it's going to have to circle around, throws off my balance a little bit, takes away a little bit of the power. So, more of a sparring stance, turn and spot, keep these hands up, keep our knees close together. We're going to kick straight back with those toes pointed down, and boom, finish in that ready stance. Again, right side stance, turn and look. You notice how I've pivoted on my feet. I've got my toes now pointed towards you. Yours would probably be pointed away from me. There we go. Then we kick straight back. Try to get those toes down. Ready stance. Let's get one more view. I'm going to do it facing towards you. Ready? I'm in my ready stance here. I'm going to turn and look. Notice how, again, my toes are pointed this way here. I've spotted you, my target. I'm going to keep my knees close and try and keep those toes pointed as far down as I can. Awesome. I'm going to grab a bag real quick. Let's get 45 seconds of just some regular turn back kicks on our own. So I've got my bag versus right here. If you have a bag that you can kick, awesome. If not, practice to the air. It's a great way that you can focus on making sure that all those techniques are there without having to worry about your targeting of hitting exactly on a bag there. So again, 45 seconds. Just for consistency's sake, I'm going to be using just my right leg. the entire time. If you want to switch it up, you can, but all I'd look for in a tip video would be that you can do it on one side, okay? So 45 seconds, ready, and go. Turn, spot, keep those knees close, toes down. I'm gonna try and get it from multiple different angles here. That way you can see everything too. Sparring stance, turn, spot, kick. There we go. Again. Remember, technique is more important than speed here. I'm doing my best to make sure my toes are pointed down every time I kick. If I notice that they start like that, I over-rotated my body. Keep my chest pointed away from my target, and then kick. Let's keep going, guys. We got about 10 more seconds. And break. So if you're feeling really good with this kick, the next step would be trying to chain it into a combo. So if you feel good with it, go ahead and jump in with me here. We're going to be adding some kicks beforehand. If you'd like to continue to just practice the regular turn back kick there, you're more than welcome to do that. That's all that I need to see for our tip video. But here's the combo we'd be doing. We're going to do a front kick, side kick, turn back kick combo. Or if you've done kicking set 1 before, you're going to notice it's very similar. So I'm going to start with just adding a side kick before my turn back. Again, let's say I'm doing my right leg turn back. I'm going to do my left leg side kick. There's a little bit of an angle here so you can see my body. I'm going to do my lead leg side kick, set it down in front, and then it's really easy to turn and spot and do my back kick. Maybe I go this way, lead leg, side, turn, spot, back kick. Pretty nice, huh? One more time, I'll do it to the wall now. Side kick, turn, spot, back kick. Cool. Let's add one more kick. So I'm going to add a front kick at the very beginning. What we just did was, left leg was in front and I did the side kick. Well, I'm actually going to bring it behind me now. So I'm going to jump switch. I'm going to do my left leg front kick, but I'm going to set it down in front of me. So this left leg front kick sets down in front, and then guess what I could do from here? That same 2 kick combo we did before, side kick and then turn back kick. Side kick, turn, spot, back kick. If I go a little bit of an angle here, front, set it down there, side kick, and then turn back kick. There we go. One more time here. I'll go right to the wall here. Back leg front kick, set it down in front, same leg side kick, and then I'll swap to my other leg for my turn back kick. Awesome work. So that's just a little bonus combo there if you'd like to practice it. It's really fun to be able to do multiple kicks in a row. Not only does it give us more to do, but it also helps us with that individual kick, right? If I can include my turn back kick in a combination, it's gonna make it even easier to do just by itself. So great work on our turn back kick there. We've got some senkotiros coming up next. All right, everybody, we get to work on some senkotiros this module, or continue it this week as part of this module. And I wanted to go over, what we could use, because I know not everyone has a stick at home, and we kind of talked about it last week. So I walked around the karate school today and just grabbed some other things that could be used as a substitute to a stick. So a couple things that I found is I've got a little cone here, right? While it's not 100% like a stick, I could still hold on to it and I can practice my strikes, or I could practice my twirls. And while it may not be ideal, right, it is still a really viable solution to that. Another one, we have some wet floor signs. I can grab this holder for the wet floor sign because I can't quite wrap my entire hand around it, but that's okay. I can get a nice tight grip. I'm not gonna, swing it as hard as I can, but I can still, again, practice the strikes, whatever ones we're working on, and I could even do a little bit of twirling with it. So those are just a couple options that I could have used here as opposed to the stick. If you've got something like a pool floaty at home, right, a shortened one, you could use that. If you've got an old broom handle that is about the length of your arm or a little bit longer, another great option. Or maybe you've got a ruler, right? Just something that is kind of stick-like you can practice with. Reminder, this is not necessary for tip testing this week, but is a really fun thing to do, and I'd love you guys to continue to practice it if you can, okay? So let's jump into our stick work. All right, guys, let's talk about our 5 strikes here. So Remember, when we hold onto the stick, we want to make sure we've got a nice tight grip with our thumb, our pointer finger, and our middle finger. The ring finger and the pinky can relax a little bit, but they should never let go. And if I'm holding the stick on one side of my body, the foot on the same side is going to be forward. Good. Now, let's go through angles 1, 2, and 3 nice and quick here. Keeping that tight grip. I'm going to drop the stick to the side, and it's that horizontal strike for angle 1. Forehand and backhand angle 1. Angle 2 comes down at an angle. 2 and 2. 3 comes up. 3, 3. Again, 1 and 1. 2, 2, 3, 3. Awesome. One more thing to mention here. Whenever I finish my strike, since you are my target right now, I want the tip of my stick to be in between me and you. So if I do my angle 1 and it goes like this, well, the tip of the stick's way over there. It's like I'm striking something on that side of the school. If I go all the way here, or if I even just swing my arm too much, right now the red bag is my target, and that's not what I want it to be. I want it to be you. So I turn, and the tip of my stick is in between me and you. There we go, right? So angle 1 and angle 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Now, angles 4 and 5. Angle 4 is more of a stabbing motion or a cutting motion. So I'm going to go palm down, I'm going to stab towards you, and I'm going to follow through back. Flip it over, now my palm is up, stab, and follow through, all right? Strike and through, strike and through. Finally, angle 5. I'm going to bring the stick across my body, and I'm just going to flick my wrist to strike to the top of the head. So if I go here, that's more of an angle 2. What makes this an angle 5 is that my wrist is turning. And angle 2 would just be here where the wrist stays straight, and angle 5 involves the motion there. So let's go through them all again. Angle 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, stabs for 4. I stab in with my palm down and through, 5 other direction, and then 5, sorry, those are both angle 4, forehand and backhand. Angle 5, the flick of the wrist. That's called a witik. One more time all the way through. 1 and 1. Again, I'm trying to get the tip of my stick in between me and you, since you're my target. 4, 4, and 5. There we go, guys. That's the 5 strikes, senkotiros. Practice that as much as you can. While it's not necessary for your tip testing video, it's a really good thing to practice. It's a really fun style to do. And I'm excited to be able to do it in classes here. So awesome work, guys. Announcements. We've got tip testing this week for all of our non-black belts, so make sure you guys submit a video, or if you'd like to sign up for a private lesson, we've got those still available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can check out the Google Sheet and Discord for that. We're also continuing with our in-person classes, both inside, outside, and our online curriculum here as well. If you're trying to come to classes in person, make sure you sign up for those classes ahead of time. If you're going outside, you can continue to wear regular clothes. If you're going to be inside, we're going back to our full gi. So please make sure that you're aware of that, and when you show up, you're ready for that, okay? So that's it, everybody. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you have a safe week. I miss you all, and I hope you're doing well. Let's come to attention, and let's bow out. Class dismissed.